welcome back to Libib's booktube channel. My name is Caitlin, and another month has come and passed, and it's finally time to talk about my October wrap-up, which I am slightly saddened about because I wanted to read a lot of spooky books. I got a few books read. I got a total of 3 books. I'm still in the middle of one. In my big girl job, as one would say, we have a very busy season that runs from the end of April is when it starts kicking up to the end of October, and it's just been a giant lump of craziness, especially these past 2 weeks. It's just been a lot. So I finally have time to film my wrap up now. So at the beginning of the month, I took a bookish vacation and I was having a rough week and I just wanted to be left alone and I just wanted to go and get as much reading done as possible. Explored some shopping, explored the new town, explored new areas. It was one of the most awesome things that I possibly could have done for myself. So during that trip, I ended up reading 2 books and still currently reading said one. And then the rest of the month was just crazy. I've kind of been in a bookish slump. I've been busy with work. I've been busy with a lot of things. So now that all of that craziness has settled down, I am thinking November is definitely going to be a better reading month. But let's get on to the books that I've been reading this month. So I'm still in the middle of Contagious by Aaron Bowman. I'm stuck in the middle, probably this month, since it'll be a month since I started the book. I will get back into this and I'll finish it in like 2 or 3 days. I'm hoping that's what happens. I miss my friends and my characters in this book. We shall see if I finish this next month in November. The first full book that I read in October was a complete and utter surprise to me. And that is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. And I picked this book up not knowing it was a graphic novel, like I've said many times before, and that is what gave me the spook factor. This book contains 5 short stories in graphic novel format, and they're all horror and spooky and scary and frightening. I ended up rating this book 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was amazingly terrifying. Each story had its own little shocking twist to it and spooked me out. And I think my favorite story out of the entire 5 is The Nesting Place, which, holy moly, you know something's up, but you don't see it coming. And I just loved and enjoyed this. I highly recommend if you're looking for spooky books or if you're trying to plan your TBR already next year for next fall or Halloween time. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this book. Amazing book. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. 5 out of 5 stars. Next up, I read The Truth About Magic by Atticus Poetry. This poetry collection builds on his previous poetry collection, which has the themes of like joy and romance, heartbreak, and falling in love. And I ended up rating this book 4 out of 5 stars. This book is broken down into 7 parts: youth, love, adventure, her, darkness, words, and stars. I think my favorite part of this book was the first half of the book because it made me feel all these feelings and lovey-doveyness, and it made me think about my boyfriend, and it made me want to write some poetry. It made me want to write some poetry, and I haven't had the desire to write poetry in such a long time, and it just kind of like pulled everything out of me, just kind of like this book cover right here. Birds surrounding her, like maybe birds are coming at her, I don't know, but it just made me feel so in love. And then while I'm docking a star, the stars that I'm docking is the second half of the book. It wasn't as memorable or as awesome. I didn't get the same feels that I got in the first half of the book. Majority of my favorite poems are in the first half of the book, but I still really loved and enjoy it. I love the cover. It's a super soft matte, and it just is a beautiful sunset with a girl floating and birds flying around. And last but not least, I read Pete the Cat, 5 Little Pumpkins. So I've never read a Pete the Cat book, and I was just scrolling through Libby one day and I was like, I need to have like a Halloween book or just something really quick to read so I can get another book in my wrap up before the month ended. And since it was around Halloween time, I was like, oh, Pete the Cat, 5 Little Pumpkins. Okay, let's just give this a go. show. And so I always hear like Pete the Cat's like a children's favorite. I didn't grow up with Pete the Cat, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna give this book a go, and I absolutely hated it. The title is exactly what the book is. It's Pete the Cat and 5 Little Pumpkins, and it literally just talks about 5 Little Pumpkins and not Pete the Cat, so I was confused. I was disappointed. I thought there would be more Pete the Cat, and all it was is just like, this little pumpkin did this. And then it was like, the next little pumpkin did this. And it did that like 5 times, and then the book was over, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, what's going on here? So I was really disappointed in that, so I ended up rating Pete the Cat 5 Little Pumpkins 2 out of 5 stars. Anyways, those are the two physical books. Anyways, those are the 3 books that I read for the month of October. Did you guys read anything spooky or haunting? Let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know what your reading plans are for November. Do you have anything fun going on? You beating a bookish slump? Are you participating in NaNoWriMo? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for a new Thursday Bookish video.